My gosh, this is the kind of week we have been waiting for. This is why I love earnings season so much. There's so many just juicy earnings reports. I hate that I did that. Please forgive me for that one. This is a fantastic week. There's so many huge companies reporting earnings this week, so no coronavirus going to infect this earnings week. It's going to be all reporting. These earnings are going to really just dictate how the markets are doing. So I'm super hyped to see what in the world is going on here. So let's just take a look. Let's get right into it. Look at some of these companies reporting earnings. This is just a full suite. There's so many companies reporting earnings. Monday before open, we have D.R. Horton. Horton here's a who. What can I say? We have Home Street Bank. The financials aren't done quite yet. You know that's right. We have the worst telecom company out there, Sprint. Sorry, don't mean to throw shade at Sprint, but as someone who formerly had them, they're garbage. And at least they admit it in their commercials when they don't even try to argue that they're the best because there's no data to back it up. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to be rude, but I'm just spitting facts out here. We have Arconic. We have NVR. eCorpio. I don't know if I said that right, but I don't know what that company is. Not sure. We have Dr. Reddy's. Bank of Marin. So, more banks. We're not done. Bank of Hawaii. You know it. Aloha, baby. Opus Bank. That's the before market Monday. So, we're already starting off with not that many bangers coming up on Monday before market. But after close, you know what? Not that many bangers either. I mean, what can I say? We really, I guess Monday is just kind of lackluster. But after close, we have F5 Networks. You know, F5, they're named after a hurricane. They must be pretty quality, I hope. Whirlpool. Obviously, everyone knows Whirlpool. I do not own any Whirlpool products, but they're well known for their washers and dryers, as you might know. Juniper Networks. Brown and Brown Insurance. Okay. Am I the only one? This is just wild. Just random anecdote. I get why they do it, but I just hate these legal firms that always, it's just the people's last names. I mean, come on with a creative name. Come on with Easy Street Insurance Company or something like that. You don't need to come up with Brown and Brown lawyers at work. Come on now. I get it, it's your names, but how conceited can you get, guys? You really need to show your name on the title of the business. That's a joke, in case you were curious. But following Brown and Brown, we have TCF. We have J&J Snack Foods. K12. I don't know about that one. Crane. Ashland. I love furniture. Do you like furniture? I do. Perkin Elmer. Not the people that make the glue. This is a fact of life, okay? They're not the glue makers. But Tuesday is what we're waiting for. I love Tuesday for good reasons. Well, you want to know why? Well, first off, before open, just bangers. I mean, just bangers after bangers after bangers. So we have 3M. One of the, most classic stocks out there, which is one that I'm considering still purchasing, still considering. I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but I am getting close to considering buying 3M stock. If this thing goes down off earnings, I'm buying some. Don't worry about that. Lockheed Martin, it's going to be an interesting one to look at just due to recent events, due to the Iranian drone strike, really is what I mean by recent events. It'll be interesting to see if there's an increased spending contract. They may have gotten a contract to build more potential jets. There's a chance they may have gotten a little bit more cashish due to a contract. So Lockheed Martin could be interesting to see what their earnings look like. Pfizer, Obviously, everyone wants to know how the drug market's doing. We're really kind of fighting against drug prices right now, drug pricing from Big Pharma. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see if they have anything to say regarding that. But Pfizer, just a common, very good core holding to have. United Technologies, good stock, good company. What can I say about them? Polaris, well known, obviously cool little logo, but well known for like their snowmobiles, the ATVs, the outdoor vehicles that are used for utility. That's Polaris for you. You've probably seen commercials with them. We have HCA, Pult Group, Nucor, obviously a little memeish stock. We have McCormick. You know them from their spices. Ooh-wee, mommy. Spicy. I love me some McCormick Spice. They make some good stuff. I usually go with the Bargain brand, though, because what can I say? It's the same product for usually $1 cheaper. So, just saying. We have Harley Davidson as well. Harley Davidson, the motorcycles. Are people still buying motorcycles? I'd like to see it. I don't see that many on the road unless they're actually like, more dirt bike style or motocross style bikes. I don't really tend to see that many just Harleys on the road anymore. You just don't feel like you do. You don't see as many. People are more into these sporty bikes now as opposed to the Harleys. So it'd be interesting to see what that earnings report looks like. If that backs that theory up, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll be looking at it at least. After close, it's just Banger City. Starting off with Apple. Man, it's a good time when you got one of these biggest companies in the world. Maybe the biggest company in the world reporting earnings. This is going to be a huge earnings because it's going to be interesting to see where their services revenue lasts. I'm interested to see. I know they recently reported that they have 34 million subscribers to Apple TV Plus, which again, I can guarantee you 90% of those at least are people that didn't pay. They probably got free services because they upgraded their iPhone. But still, the iPhone 11 has been so successful, and this is over the holiday season, Christmas season, as I should say. A lot of people are getting phones. I'm not going to say holiday. I'm going to say Christmas, okay? People are getting phones for Christmas. This is going to be huge for them. Obviously, they don't show numbers in terms of how many phones they sold, but they will show revenue and potentially average selling price, which will be down year over year, obviously, because the iPhone 11 is a cheaper model. But I guarantee you, I know for a fact they sold a lot of phones. As someone who sells phones, I know they sold a lot of phones. So I think Apple's going to put a banger of a quarter up. We have AMD. One of the hottest stocks right now. Just going to see if it's able to keep that trend that it's up right now. Obviously, you see it in the logo. I mean, the logo's showing a little up arrow at the end there. Is the stock going to keep going up? I can't wait to see. We have Starbucks. As I told you before when I revealed my portfolio, it's a company I'm really looking at purchasing more of. If it goes down, this will be a good opportunity for me. I think a really big part of this company's earnings is going to be their Chinese growth. That's kind of been the story for them for the past year. How they're growing in China is going to be a big impact for the future for them. So it'll be interesting. The stock will pretty much react based off of that, in my opinion. So take a look at Starbucks earnings. It's going to be super nice. We have Xilinx, Xilinx. I don't know. Might be Xilinx. Could be that. Not sure what the company is. Sorry. Alaska Air Group. Interesting one to look at, just, as a result. You see Boeing struggling so hardly. Be interesting to see what other companies are looking like in the field. eBay, which is obviously, before a year and a half ago, I thought there was a company that was dead. Before I got in the market even, I thought eBay was completely dead, but it's actually a company that's back to growing revenue again. So it's an interesting stock. It's turned into a growth stock after the thing has been hammered over, the period from the tech bubble in 2000 all the way to where she is now. It's been declining pretty heavily, but as of 2015, this thing started rising again. eBay is an interesting one to look at because they're really trying to, I don't know, they're sticking around. It just seems crazy to me that they're sticking around, but maybe that's just me. There's Stryker, CN, Mercury Systems, and Veritex. Needless to say, more banks. You know what I'm saying? Banks just never stop. There's so many banks out there. Who knows? Wednesday, guess what? Before open, just as I mentioned their name, here they are. Boeing. Kind of a garbage freaking stock right now. I know people are going to be mad I'm trashing on Boeing. I think there's good reason to trash on Boeing. I just don't like the way the company's headed right now. Obviously, with a new CEO, it's going to be interesting to see. Their conference call makes this earnings report. That's all I can tell you. The conference call from the new CEO is going to make this earnings, whether it be good or bad, and the stock reacts entirely what the CEO has to say. Obviously, he can't speak to previous owners, previous CEOs, I should say. I'm glad that he's out, but this company needs to talk change, and so far it's just all negative news coming to Boeing. So they're going to need a good conference call to have a positive earnings, because I think overall it's going to be a rough earnings report. Revenue down year over year, EPS down year over year. Interesting to look at. We have General Electric, still holds the crown for the most garbage stock. Things been kind of rebounding a little bit, so they're really still working on a transition for the company. So we'll see if they continue the transition to keep growth. They're actually starting to grow again. It'll be interesting to see what they do this quarter. We have the world's worst MasterCard logo posted here as well. MasterCard. Financials, huge. Discover had honestly a decent earnings report. Guidance was a little bit rough, but overall they posted good numbers for the quarter, so it'll be interesting to see if MasterCard does the same thing. I feel like I'm talking super fast right now. We have AT&T. I hate AT&T commercials. I hate all commercials in general, sorry. Really, I shouldn't say I shouldn't be calling out AT&T. These are just random anecdotes I'm just adding. But AT&T, nation's number one provider, besides Verizon, number two provider, I guess, really. Good company. They pay a fantastic dividend. Good long-term hold. If this company drops, I'll look on buying more. I do have some of my other portfolio. I'll be interested to see if this thing goes down. I'll buy more. We have McDonald's, long-term, good hold, good dividend payer. I'm really interested to see how this earnings report looks. I haven't really been looking at a lot of McDonald's earnings reports because don't know if I really had to. They're really a company trying to focus on technological improvement, and I want to see how that really affects this company's revenue and affects their profitability too. I'm going to be really interested to see how that goes, so I'll be taking a peek at this earnings report on Wednesday. We have Progressive Insurance, General Dynamics, Marathon, Anthem, and Textron. After close, we got the big boys. Tesla. Freaking dang. Tesla has the potential. I mean, this is just a stock that's out of its mind right now. With the good earnings, it's still going to keep going up, I can tell you. Even with how much it's run up, it's still going to keep going up. If they have bad earnings, this thing could get devastated. If they don't post profitability, I think there's a decent chance this thing gets hammered to the tune of 10%. Now, I could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. But I think investors are really aiming on profitability. We've been told 2020 is a year for profitability. Put your money where your mouth is, Elon. I'd like to see what exactly goes on. Demand's incredible at raising capital anyways. So regardless, they're going to go ahead and have money to survive still. But I'm just saying, it's going to it's going to be entirely related to profitability, how this earnings report looks. We have Microsoft. Again, another one of the hottest companies in the past year alone. Things up significantly. Will the market be able to cool it down? Right now, it's trading at a pretty high PE ratio. Are they going to continue to just grow and grow, or are they going to go ahead and sputter out a little bit and the stock takes a little bit of a downturn? I think they're going to have a good quarter, and I think the stock's going to react pretty just relatively flat, maybe up a couple percentage points. Nothing crazy. Next, we have my favorite stock, of all time. What can I say? Biggest investment, and I'm going to continue it as my biggest investment for 5-10 years down the road. Facebook, weird logo that they're showing here, but Facebook is just, I suggest buying it before earnings. The thing's down a little bit recently. Facebook is a huge, just steal right now in the market. If it goes down from earnings, I'm buying plenty more. Don't worry. Just don't worry. We've got PayPal reporting earnings, Lamb Research. So I did just want to say, as far as Facebook's concerned, obviously you're going to expect to see a growth in daily active users and monthly average users and annual average users. All these average users are going to continuously grow. I'm interested to see how the Oculus portion of their business is doing. I'd love to see that. Instagram, love to see how they do every time. Facebook is just, you really want to see. I'm expecting revenue growth of 25% year over year change. I think they're going to have a very good quarter. That's all I can tell you. I think it's going to be a banger of a quarter. Profitability like no other two. They print money. Then we got ServiceNow, Align. Align is an interesting company too. Definitely want to look at. Las Vegas Sands, Corvo, United Rentals. That'll wrap up Wednesday. This is just so many big companies. Gosh dang. Thursday we have Coca-Cola Company. Good thing to look at. They're going to be launching Coca-Cola Energy very shortly. I'm going to be interested to see if they have any statements on Coca-Cola Energy, how that's doing, what exactly that's going to mean for the company. UPS, obviously big season for UPS just due to it being over the Christmas holiday. A lot of people getting packages delivered. Be interesting to look at UPS. We have Nokia. Don't know how they're still alive, how they still exist, but they do apparently. Kind of shocks me. We have Verizon. Garbage commercials again, what can I say? Blackstone Group, an investment group. We have My Baby, Plug Power. Love this guy. Up like 70% on the position. Love Plug Power. Just keep on churning it out, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We have Biogen, Alexion, Northrop Grumman. Okay. Gotta love it. We have Altria as well. Altria, definitely a good company to look at. Price could fluctuate pretty heavily. After close Thursday, another just day of bangers. Amazon, obviously, big thing to look at. Again, holiday season for Amazon, Christmas season for Amazon. That's right, Christmas. Big for Amazon, so it'll be interesting to see how overall through the season that the spending changed. If it's a good increase, it'll be good for the stock. Visa, good one to look at. Financials again. USS, Levi's, jeans. I don't wear jeans. Not a huge fan of jeans. Just don't like the feel of them. Sorry, Levi's. I don't own any pair of jeans. We got Western Digital. Definitely a good one to look at just due to how just much of a banger these kind of stocks have been. Chip stocks have been out of control in the past just a little bit. They've been hammered for the longest time. Finally getting some relief. We have Amgen, Edwards. Don't know what that is. QP. That's what I'm gonna say. This could be CP. Don't know. Veritex. Not the same thing as Veritex from earlier. This is Veritex, not Veritex. Okay, completely different company. Friday. We got ExxonMobil, Caterpillar, which, again, I want to buy Caterpillar if this thing drops. Right now, I just don't like the valuation that much. We have Chevron, Honeywell, Lights. You know Honeywell from the lights. You got Charter, garbage. Charter's garbage. We got Booz Allen and Hamilton. Probably got to be some sort of law firm. Garbage. I told you what I thought about them. Phillips 66. IDEX Laboratories, Berry, and KKR. R. That's an R. Just saying. Don't know what that company is. Sorry. I am officially going to call this one a wrap. Please take a look at Facebook earnings. Oh my gosh, this week's going to be freaking amazing. I'm going to keep my face posted on my phone. I don't care. Work can kind of deal with it. Face is going to be in my phone the entire day after 3 p.m. and before the market opens. Gosh dang.